Hi guys, alright, this is the week 4 homework packet. Alright, so here is Tuesday. So on Tuesday you had to round 5.829 to the nearest hundredth. So if I look at this number, if I'm rounding to the nearest hundredth, I'm going to box my hundredths place. So here's my ones, my tenths, my hundredths, and my thousandths. And that hundredths spot, we're going to box that, and then we're going to go next door. If it is 5 or more, then we're going to bump it up to the next hundredth. So in that case, that 9 bumps us up. So everything to the left stays the same. So the 5.8, and then the next hundredth would be 3 hundredths instead of 2 hundredths. So 5 and 83 hundredths is our nearest. All right, next, Ella read 48 pages each day for 5 days. Then she read 72 more pages. How many pages did she read in all? We had to do a couple things here. We had to write an equation and then also solve it. So here I just drew it out just to get me thinking about what this means. So it says she read 48 pages for 5 days. So here's 1 day she read 48, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So 48 pages on each of those 5 days. And then it says she read 72 more pages. So I made that box a little bit bigger to show that 72 is greater. And so all of this mystery number is the total of how many pages she read in all. So in order to solve this, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do 48 times 5. I put that in parentheses because I want to do that first. And then I'm going to add the 72, and that's going to equal, I just put R to show that that's what she read in all. So then I solved it. 48 times 5, I see that repeated addition. 48 times 5 is 240. And then I added the additional 72 and got 312. So she read 312 pages. And then here, this is my equation. And then when I solved it, there's my answer there. So make sure you have both parts. All right, on the next one, it says you've got some ribbon, and we're going to cut the ribbon. So here, this is my total amount of ribbon that I have. And then I'm cutting it into 36 equal parts. So if you have a total and you're cutting it into equal pieces, we're going to divide. And so here I am seeing how many, if I keep it, like, think about this is my total. If I keep taking away 36, or I keep taking away a certain amount, and I'm going to take that amount away 36 times, then I have to divide. So here I started with my, let me highlight this so you can see what I originally had. So it was 3, 6, 0, 9, a 7, and a 2. All right, so that was the original, and then the extra is what I did. So when you have a 2-digit number over here, this thinking of this like groups of 36, I don't know how to skip count 36. So I went ahead and made a T-chart over here because these numbers get pretty big. It's difficult to do in my head. So I just wrote it out. So we're doing groups of 36. So one group would be 36. I added another 36, and now I got 72. Added another 36, got 108. So made my groups of 6. And then I came over here and started to divide. So if I have 3 of something, I can't make any groups of 36 yet, because in order to make a group of 36, I'd have to have at least 36. So I can make 0 groups. I multiply that. So 0 times 36 is 0. Subtract, I get 3. We're going to bring that 3 up in front of the 6. Now I have 36. So now I can make one group. Then I multiply 1 times 36 is 36. Subtract and I get 0. Move that 0 up. 36, if I have 0 of something, I can't make any groups, so 0 groups. 0 times 36 is 0. Subtract, you get 0. Move that up. Next, I have 9 of something. If I have 9 of something, I cannot make any groups of 36. So again, a 0. 0 times 36 is 0. Subtract, I get 9. Your decimal goes straight up. That 9 gets moved in front of the 7. Now I have 97. So I'm going to come over here. I can't make 3 groups because I need 108 to make that, but I can make 2 groups. So I put the 2 on top, multiply 2 times 36. That gave me the 72. Subtract, I get 25. 25 gets moved up in front of the 2. Now I've got 252. Over here, that was equal to 7 groups, so I put the 7 on top. 7 times 36 is 252, and that finished it off. There was no extra. I could stop there at my 0. And so if I have this much and I'm cutting it, each piece is going to be 127 hundredths. All right, Wednesday. All right, which expression shows add 5 and 6, then multiply by 4? So here, the very first thing I'm doing is adding 5 and 6. So I see that here, and I see it here. Nothing else has that as my first, as my step. They're kind of like the 5 and 6 are separated by the parentheses here. This one's way out of order. So these here have 5 and 6 together. And I notice since that's my first, I'm doing this, then I'm doing this. So here, the reason why I picked B is because of those parentheses. Parentheses make you do that operation, whatever's in here, first. And so here, on this one, if I think about GEMDAS, so groups, exponent, multiply, divide, add, subtract. If I am right here, I've got addition and multiplication. Multiplication comes first. So in this problem, I would multiply 6 times 4, and then I would add 5. So because the parentheses in B are around that 5 plus 6, that's going to cause me to do that first. And then I would multiply by 4. So B on that. This one, we're ordering the decimals from least to greatest. There are 4 different numbers, so I went ahead and put 4 different dashes. And then I'm going from least to greatest, so go ahead and label that to make sure you get the right order. And then I stack these up according to their place value. I noticed that the ones column all had 2s, so I crossed those out. And then I'm looking at these. I noticed that the tenths column had a 3 and a 3, a 4 and a 4. So once you find something that's different, you can stop and compare. And I noticed that each of these both had a 3. And so then I went to the next place, and this one has a 4, and this one has a 5. So if I'm going least to greatest, this one right here, this is going to be my number 1 first, and then that would be my second. Then with these 2 numbers, and you can think of it like whole numbers, like ignore the 2, you've got 435 and 453. 435 is the smallest, and then that one would be the largest, the greatest. So you're ordering those, double check, least to greatest. So all of them have the 2, so I'm going to look at the rest. 345 thousandths is smaller than 354 thousandths. That's smaller than 435 thousandths, and that's smaller than 453 thousandths. All right, the next one's kind of a freebie because it was written incorrectly. It says a library ordered 326 new books. Each box contains 24 books. How many books did the library order in total? Well, it told me that the library ordered 326, so boom, there you go, a little freebie. All right, then on the back, Thursday, we have the value. Value is talking about how much something is worth. So in this number, 9 and 264 thousandths, it's not just a 6. The 6 is in the hundredths place. So I'm looking for one that has the 6 in the hundredths place. I can also take my decimal and count how many spots over. So this is 1, 2 spots over. Put my pencil on the decimal and go 1, 2 spots over. So I should find that 6, 2 spots over to the right. So again, this is my ones, my tenths, my hundredths, and my thousandths. All right, next we're simplifying, getting an answer. We've got 3 different operations. So we've got subtraction, addition, and division. Go ahead and write down your GEMDAS. And remember, the order that we put this in is the order that we're going to do the steps. So whatever is on top, you're going to do first and then all the way down. So here I just rewrote the problem, and I noticed that I've got 2 different types of groups. I've got these brackets here, and I've got within the brackets, so I'm going to do everything that's in here first. And so if I ignore the 2 for a minute, don't forget about it. It's still, we got to bring it down later. But if I just ignore this, I've got 20 minus, and then in parentheses 4 plus 6. Well, any kind of grouping always comes first. So my first step is going to be to add this 4 plus 6. So 4 plus 6 is 10. Now I can get rid of the parentheses because I've already solved that. So 4 plus 6 is 10. So I'm going to bring everything else down. So I'm going to bring the 20 down. I've still got stuff in the brackets, so that comes down. And then don't forget about the divide by 2. So this 4 plus 6 is 10. Bring down that. And then step 2 is going to be to subtract because this is still part of that group. So 20 minus 10 is 10. And then keep bringing down that divide by 2. So step 3, we're going to divide. 2 goes into 10 5 times. All right, here, a warehouse has 482 boxes. If each box holds each box holds 19 cans, about how many cans are there in total? Use estimation to multiply. So I said that 482 boxes is about 500. And 19 cans is about 20. So if I'm multiplying that out, I did 5 times 2 equals 10. And then I counted the zeros, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So there are about 10,000 cans in total. All right, thanks for watching. Hope that helped.